All right, big moment here. We're going to factor trinomials. Here we go. We've spent a lot of time putting these together. So now we will first practice that and then work our way through figuring out how to do all of these. So first, as I double distribute, so I'm going to say 3x times 5x, I'm going to get 15x squared. I'm going to bring the 3x to the 7, and I'm going to get 21x. Now I'm going to bring the 2 to the 5x and get 10x, and the 2 to the 7 and get 14. So 15x squared plus 31x plus 14. Next one here, double distribute again. 2 times 2 is 4x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Make that 4 look better. Then over here we're going to do negative 3 times 2x is going to be negative 6x, and negative 3 times 5 is going to be negative 15. So 4x squared, combine the terms, 4x minus 15. So now we're going to look at these and we're going to start to break them apart. Here's how we're going to go through them. Here's 4 guesses of what someone thought these would factor. 2 of them can be thrown out pretty quickly. So look through them first, see what you've got there based on your knowledge of how these would go together. All right, we're going to cross out this one. It only has an x and an x, so an x times x is going to be x squared, never the 6x squared. Second, we're going to cross out the last one. It had a negative 2 and a negative 3, which would make a positive 6 as the last term, and our last term is negative. So that brings me down to these 2 cases right here. So let us put these together and see which one works. So 3x plus 2, 2x minus 3. 3 times 2x is 6x squared. That works. 3x times negative 3 is going to be negative 9x. And then I'm going to do the inside here. 2 times 2x is going to be 4x. 2 times negative 3 is going to be negative 6. So I've got the 6x squared, and I have the negative 6 I was looking for. Combining the terms in the middle gives me a negative 5x, not the 35, so that one's out. So hopefully this last one works here. 6x plus 1 times x minus 6. So 6x squared. Then I'm going to have plus x minus 36x minus 6. And there I'm going to get the negative 35x I was looking for. So that's the choice that I want. So let's go on here. Looking at, we're going to start with a equals 1. So one way to look at it is just to make 2 separate sets of parentheses. And I know that x squared is going to be x times x. So all 4 of these are going to be x times x. Now I'm going to think of factors of 35. So 1 and 35 and 5 and 7. The 5 and 7 help me get to 2. So I'll put 7 here, 5 there. This sign tells me that they have to be different. So I have plus 7 minus 5. That will give me the positive 2. Now there's more factors of 24. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 6 and 4. Adding and subtracting those, 25 or 23 from the adding, and positive and negative. Here, 10 or 14, Here, I could get 5 if I subtract them, or 11. Ooh, that's the winner. So we have x plus 8 and x plus 3. All my signs have to be the same. I'm going to leave the next two for you to try. Okay. Then, another way that you can check to make sure you have the right answer is using your calculator. So you will go through these, and then when you're done, you will find out what this one is and what that is. And we can go over it in class as well. Now, that is the first layer. Now we have the next layer where we have the annoying coefficient that's greater than 1. First, we're going to like it if it's prime. Prime is super. So, different ways we can attack this. Factoring by grouping here. You're going to multiply. You've also probably heard it called the AC method, you know. So, A and C, A being the number in front of the x squared, C being the constant, and I'm going to multiply those together. So that gives me 24, negative 24 to be exact. Then I'm going to think of the factors as I just did before, and I'm going to create the 5x in the middle. So instead of writing the 5x, I'm going to write negative 8x and positive 3x. The order that you pick doesn't matter. As long as they're both there, and when you add them together, you get the exact same sign that we had up here. Then we're going to GCF, so you're going to take the 2x out of the first two terms. You're going to take a 3 out of the second two terms. And the key to success there is that what you have in the parentheses should be the same. So then you have x minus 4 and 2x plus 3. Another way you can try it, there we go, is the wonderful box method. Some of us need to have it spaced out. Very similar here, still multiplying by the AC method. So for this one, we're getting the negative 24 again. And I'm going to split it up, that I'm going to have my first term and my last term. So the 2x squared and the negative 12 go right here. And then the 3x and the negative 8x that we used before go in these two spots. Now, GCF, the top two, that I would take a 2x out, and I'd be left with x minus 4. GCF, the bottom two, I'd be left with the x minus 4. And there's our answer. Okay, so now we will practice. Here we go. First thing first, we have the 19 is what we're going to be working towards after we multiply the 3 and the 40. So the 3 times the negative 40 is going to make negative 120. Now there's a couple. So you got 120, 260, 3 times 40, 5 times 24, 6 times 20, 7 doesn't work, 8, 15, and then we're going to start to repeat. Oh, 10 and 12, there we go. Okay, so as I look through, it's probably not that one. This one adding up gets me 62 or 58, continuing until we get down here. If I do negative 5 plus 24, that will make 19. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm going to rewrite it. Here we go. 3x squared minus 5x plus 24x minus 40. And now I'm going to GCF. So the GCF of these first two terms is an x, and I'm left with 3x minus 5. The GCF of the second two terms is 8, and I'm left with 3x minus 5. Do the happy dance for yourself, because now we have two that are 3x minus 5. So 3x minus 5 is now GCF'd. Yay! Yay, mathematics. All right, B. Here we go. First step, 2 times 18. Multiply that together makes 36. Factors. 1, 36. 2, 18. 3, 12. Now, I can see right there the 3 and the 12 will make 15. Pretty stoked. But I need -3, -15. So just rewrite it first. 2x squared minus 3x minus 12x plus 18. Let's box this one just for our delightment. The 2x squared goes here. The 18 goes down here. The -3x can go right here. The -12x can go right there. So I look at the top here. I can GCF out a 2x, this row right there. I am left with x minus 6. All right, looking at the bottom row, I can pull out a -3, and here's where the magic is going to happen, guys. Get ready. -3x divided by -3 is x, and 18 divided by -3 is 6. So your factors are 2x minus 3 and x minus 6. Yes. Okay. Now, the extra fun mathematics that we are now going to look at here is when we have a situation that is, first, the 15 is not a prime. Now the 2 is, okay? So we'll use that to our advantage. Here we go. First, 15 times 2 is 30. That gives me 1 and 30, 2 and 15. 2 and 15 could have worked to make 13 if I was using opposite signs, but here I know all my signs have to be positive. 3 and 10 will equal to 13. Delightful. So 15x squared plus 3x plus 10x plus 2. I like the GCF, so I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to take out 3x out of these first two, and I'll be left with 5x plus 1. Then over here, I'm going to take out 2, and magic is happening. I'll be left with 5x plus 1. Now, GCF, the 5x plus 1s times the 3x plus 2s. Okay, and you are done. Now, I am going to leave you with the torture of the last one. I'll start you though. 10 times 30 is going to be -300. Go through. There are a lot of different factors. I will give you a hint. -12 times 25. I would use that one. Go through, practice that. I'm going to do completely factoring on another video. So for right now, have a great night.